calling Super Art Teacher. Hi, Super Art Teacher here. Welcome, Super Art students. We're going to have fun today and create a super project. So we're going to be making super pets, like any pet you want in the world. You can have a pet. I did a cat here. You can have a dog, you can have a hamster, you can have a made-up creature, you can have a dragon, you can have a mouse, maybe you want a pet pig. It doesn't have to be a pet you own, any pet you want. We're gonna have fun with it. We're gonna learn about how to make it look like it's moving by using our active lines, even in the sky, like the wind is blowing, using our active and calm lines. We're gonna learn about an artist named Van Gogh who inspired my Starry Night effect here. And we're going to learn about our warm and cool colors. Okay, let's go ahead and look at my planning board over here. Okay, so we're going to tilt up so you can really see it there. Okay, so this is Vincent van Gogh. He's the artist who inspired me. He's one of my favorite artists. When he was alive, he wasn't very well liked. He only sold one painting in his lifetime. Now he's super famous, and you've probably even seen this piece, which is called Starry Night. I love the way Vincent could make you feel like you were there. He painted this with candles on a straw hat on his head at night. It looks like the moon is pulsating and the stars, the wind is blowing. I love how Vincent made you become part of his picture. We're going to use our shapes. I always tell my students to use their shapes to help them draw. So you can see how I have an oval for the tummy and for the legs, and an oval head and triangle ears. We're going to use our shapes to help us draw. Our shapes, our lines, our colors, all of these are our elements of art. They're our tools. Right here, we're going to use our lines. Now when you first start learning about lines, we just learn what they are. That when you make a mark on a paper, you make a line. But as you get older, I teach my students how some lines can make you look like you're still and calm. So our vertical, our horizontal are very calming, like a tree standing very still, not moving, is calm. But what if the wind blows and that tree starts to lean diagonally? It becomes active. It's moving. Or a slide, when you're sliding down, you're being very active. So we've got our diagonal lines, our swirls, or if the ocean waves are moving. It gives us movement. It makes you feel like you're moving and busy. So we're going to create that both either having our animal moving, or also in the sky, we're going to have the wind blowing and the stars moving. We're going to create those active and calm lines. Maybe your animal is sleeping. I don't know, maybe his superpower is he causes sleep and then he falls asleep. I don't know. Whatever you want to do with your animal. Our colors, I want you to look at the color wheel here. So on this side, we've got red, orange, and yellow. These are our warm colors. Think of the sun, lava. They're going to come out at you. Our cool colors, which are purple, blue, and green, they recede, they move away, they have a cooler feeling. We're going to use those in our picture. You can see I used cool colors in the background and some warm colors on my cat. You can do either or. You can use warm in your background and cool on your pet, or you can do like I did, warm on your pet and cool in the background. Take your pick. Okay, let's come back to the table so we can get started. Okay, so let's get started. I think on this super pet, I am gonna do a super pig. But remember, you can do whatever you want. So we're gonna use a crayon to draw, because the crayon is gonna work as a resist. That means the wax in the crayon will keep the paint out when we create that wax wall. It's going to fight against that water. Okay, it's a superpower. So I'm going to go ahead and make it super easy. I'm going to make my pig's head and body, just like our example over there, one big oval. Now, I want your body and head to be bigger than your hand, so make sure you measure that. Then, pigs have snouts like this. Their noses, there's pig snout. And then, I'm going to create two eyes. So I drew two circles, and inside I'm going to put a center to the eye. Notice how I'm going over it and making the crayon really bright. Then I'm going to create a line for my mouth, but I'm going to put a curved line underneath. Now it looks like the mouth is open. Remember, that active line gave me that movement. Okay, now I want to give my pigs some little triangle ears and a curly tail. Okay, now I'm just going to create some rectangle legs. 1, 2. Now these legs, look that they're just standing still, right? Because they're vertical, those calm lines. But what if I bent this leg a little bit? Now it looks like that leg is moving, right? Okay, do you see how I use that zigzag line to create movement? Okay, so I could go on, maybe this pig is standing on a building. So I just create that rectangle. And I can create other rectangles. Remember, I'm using those crayons. Be sure you draw windows and doors. And in your sky, watch, this is a cool trick. I'm gonna use the white. Do you see that? And I'm gonna press hard and do some swirls. I know you can't see it now, but when I paint, and this time I'm gonna do warm in the sky, but when I paint, watch, can you see how that white shows up? Isn't that cool? Okay, and we'll get to more of that. But when I create that white line, I'm also going to do a yellow line next to it, creating my wind and my stars, creating my spirals. Let's see, I'm gonna do another one over here. Got my spirals, and you can see these are my spirals here. You see that? So the way you create a spiral, and I'm gonna use a darker color so you can really see it. Actually, yeah. So I'm gonna create a dot, do you see that? And then I'm gonna start to just go in a circle around, and then you can see it. Okay, you can even go back and do kind of the pulsating dashes, like a broken line around, all using that active movement. And I've got my swirls like a wave in the sky for the wind. And you're gonna keep filling in, whether it's your buildings or your wind. Now, on this particular one, obviously I'm doing the warm colors in the sky. Remember, our warm colors are our red, yellow, and orange. So I would just overlap and blend my red, yellow, orange in the sky. Do you see that? Remember, when you're using watercolors, you always use the water first and then the paint. And I would go in here and just keep painting. Now, when you color your pet, and I need to give him some sort of superhero look. So I'm gonna give him a mask. Okay, and maybe I will give him a little cape. I don't know, he's very round. So maybe like this. I'll create a little cape on him. So I just drew kind of a triangle with a line to hook it around his body. You see that? You can color inside all of these with your markers. So I can use a marker, but remember, he's got to be cool colors. So purple, blue, and green, right? So I can use these any way I want and color. I'm gonna make his cape purple, making sure I fill it in nicely, and maybe his mask too. Okay. And then maybe on him, I would use the blue and the green to fill him in. And I'm just gonna make dashes kind of like Van Gogh, like he's hairy. But then I'll go back and I'll do it all over on his face too. And I'll go back and fill it in like this. Good. So I've got my cool and my warm. So let's review. You're going to create a super pet bigger than your hand, okay? Any pet you want. You're going to use your active and calm lines. So my active always show movement, curved, broken, zigzag, diagonal. My calm make it look like it's standing still, like the vertical lines on this building, okay? We're going to do a Van Gogh style Starry Night, but you're going to use either the warm colors for your sky, red, yellow, orange, or the cool colors, purple, blue, and green. Now, if you use red, yellow, orange in your sky, your pet is going to be the cool colors. Be sure you use a crayon to draw, marker to fill in your pig, and your watercolors in the sky. Have fun! I'll see you next time for your next super art adventure. Bye.